fish tank people? FishTankTV.com, Dustin Fish Tanks on a Sunday, bringing it to you, Species Sunday. I'm going to turn the volume up a little bit because I got to keep the volume down because I got a wife feeding a kid upstairs just trying to sleep. But I want to show you what's going on here, and I want to kind of bring it to you because I want to do a Species Sunday on some species that I don't know anything specifically about the species, but I know they're important. So here's what's up. You got your fish, you got your plants. But in between your fish and your plants, there's a lot of things going on that I think people take kind of for granted in their aquarium. So what you've got is you've got your fish. Look at this. This is fancy, huh? You got your fish up here, and then you got your plants. So you got A and B, and a lot of people kind of leave it at that. And they're like, oh, I got this. But what you don't know is there's all kinds of stuff going on in here, and there's snails, and there's like bacteria that live off of oxygen, and there's bacteria that don't live off of oxygen, and there's tiny little microorganisms, and there's even algae that's good for you, good for the tanks, and all that sort of thing. So today I just really want to talk about, like, it's more than just the fish, and it's more than just the plants, it's everything in between. There's so much in between the plants and the fish that it's very important that you kind of take note of that and try to recreate nature as best you can. An easy example, people are always telling me, dude, how do I get rid of snails? I have this huge snail outbreak, you know, da-da-da-da. Snails are good, okay? In my opinion, I like snails, okay? I never try to remove them. I don't have any excessive amounts of them. My clown roaches eat them sometimes. I've got snails in the other tank over there. Like, I don't have a problem with snails. A lot of people do. They're like, oh, I don't know, but that's not the case. You should have snails in your tank. The easy example is a fish takes a dump. Fish dumps, snail eats fish dump, and then the snail dump, nice snail, huh? The snail dump is then easier to convert to all the like small organisms. It's all like a food chain. It's no different than what you read in like biology class. It's just a food chain. So that's part of the food chain, and ultimately going down into the plant and then back up. So the more balanced you get, and the more you are cognizant of that, and the more you can create that, and the more you can emulate nature, copy what Mother Nature does, the better off your tank is going to be. So all those species, not just the fish, not just the plants, but everything in between, are very, very important to your tank, and I think they're often a lot of times overlooked. I also think that a dirted aquarium actually helps you get to those species, those microorganisms and all that stuff a lot easier. Your nitrosome, your bacteria, I don't want to get too technical on this, but basically you've got a lot of good bacteria in the dirt, and when it's done right, it will work very efficiently to help the whole tank kind of thrive, not just like the plants themselves, but they all work together. So think of it as three parts, not just fish and plants, but fish, plants, and all the microorganisms, shrimp, snails, you know, little worms, whatever. I mean, everything that you've got in there is probably doing you some good. Now, say they can get out of whack, but you just got to keep a balance there. So you've got a good balance, you're good. So a lot of you have been downloading the Dustin's Top 10 Secrets of Planet Tank. I talk about this a little bit in there. So it's just not a big document. It's like 8, 9, I don't know, 6, 8 pages, something like that. I don't even remember. But I talk about that. That's one of the tips. Kind of emulate nature. I know you guys are loving the whiteboard and the little fish, I'm sure. But that's what's up. So you know, hope everybody's football team did well today. The Browns suck. It pissed me off. But you know, whatever. You got to take your lumps. So that's what's going on. Species Sunday. Go to aquaticjungles.com. I've also got clay available for sale now. The picture kind of stinks. I'm sorry. I'm selling a pound of clay for $4. You can use that in about a 20-gallon tank. But you go to Aquatic Jungles, sign up for the Top 10 Secrets of the Planet Tank, and that'll automatically be sent to you. And just let me know. I appreciate the feedback on what Species Sunday to do. I've got a lot of good ideas moving forward, and some of y'all haven't checked it out. I got Species Sunday on angelfish, baby. You got to look at that thing. Also, Jungle Vile and Dwarf's Edge. I might recycle some of those, bring those back, talk about them some more. So that's what's going on. Thanks for watching, folks. Later.